I think this is a really great concept that not only extends our knowledge of the swing, but also keeps some of our bad habits in check. So, you know, as I'm coaching, you know, my daily job, I see these same kind of habits coming up time and time again. You know, and I'm talking about the kind of habits you could probably relate to, such as hitting the ball too hard from the top of the swing, so really getting the body involved too early, getting the shaft on a poor line on the way down. And that idea of kind of throwing the club and releasing it too early. I mean, all of these things I would see, particularly on a hole like this, you know, where there's bound to be anxiety, we've got water, trouble either side. So more and more I've found myself helping students just by explaining and helping them understand where the club needs to be prior to impact. So let me explain what I'm referring to there. So here I am at the ball, and what we often talk about is where the club needs to be in that pre-impact slot, so to speak. So we call it P3, or I call it P3. So that would be P1, where the shaft is parallel to our ball to target line and horizontal for the first time. P2 would be the top of the backswing. P3 then is when the shaft is parallel to our ball to target line and horizontal in the downswing. So we'll call that P3. And where does the club need to be at that point? Well, we've mentioned in other videos how the club head needs to be turned in a little bit, but you can see at this stage how my arms are in front of me. So I haven't got the club in here, I'm not pulling in this way, and importantly, I'm not letting the club kind of throw out over the top. So I've got my arms like so, the elbow in front of me, and the shaft back. And in order for that to happen, certain things need to fall in line. And this is the great thing about the exercise. It kind of pulls those habits in line on a continual basis. So, you know, if I was that player, and I often am, that player who is overly aggressive with the upper half from the top, then the shaft isn't going to fall down and find that nice alignment. It's going to start moving this way very early. And of course, we see that all the time with golfers. If I'm the type of golfer who is really keen to get the head on the ball and get the face squared up very quickly, again, I'm never going to find that situation, because that's a really late release. I would end up with the club again tipping over. So quite often, as I say, I just have whole sessions where myself and the student just work on that sense of how the shaft lines up. And of course that means being able to understand how the arms need to feel. So you can see in that pre-impact position, my arms are rotated. You know, they're not here in front of me. That would have the club coming back. My arms are actually rotated this way. So that happens in the backswing, and as I swing down, there they are rotated back this way. So if the club's up in front of me, it's that rotation of the arms. And a great way to practice that and to kind of reinforce that feeling is to split the hands, put the club in that alignment initially, and then just practice that as an initial movement. What you'll notice is if you pull really hard with the chest, if you fall out of balance, you're going to find that really difficult. So do the split hand drill, practice continually trying to get the club down here in front of you, and that will help get rid of some of those habits of overworking the chest and throwing the club from the top. If you've enjoyed this video, then please click subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date with more coaching information. And if you really want to take your game to the next level, then please visit my website, golfcoach.online, where you'll see there my subscription channel, which is Golf Coach Access, which is all about building a golf coaching and education community and having really structured long-term programs. And the best thing is you can get immediate free access.